Over 5 years ago, I can't believe this, I packed my bags, got my laptop, booked a flight. It was Emirates, those days not KQ, and came to the UK. Was the first month, the first year, the first week easy? It wasn't a walk at the park as I thought, in as much as I had a lot of support from my colleagues and my friends who had come here before. They were friends, they are now friends, who really supported me. And we had an onboarding pack that was prepared by the organization to help us, find our way around. But was it easy? No. It was stressful. It was confusing. I felt a number of times as if I would go back to Kenya. But you know what? It was a dream come true, and I was already here, and I had a job, and I knew that this is the place that I really wanted to come. Now, your dream has finally unfolded before you, and you are ready to come to the UK. What are those things that you should know or do on arrival, or you should know before you come to the UK? I'll be sharing from my experience and experience of others, the 10, if not 12, there could be more, that you need to do immediately you come to the UK or on arrival to Lydia. She inspires all. If you have not watched my previous videos, please do so. There are so many opportunities right now to relocate and live in the UK if that is your dream, or if you're seeking for new opportunities or new experiences. Make sure you subscribe, follow, and even share with your families. Knowledge is power. One day, I wished I would have someone to point me to the right direction, or to point me to where I can find information. And I'm giving it for free. Subscribing, following is free. Please do so and continue to support our channel. Now, share some links of some of the places that I'll be mentioning in this video. Please do follow to the end, because all the things that I will mention are very, very important. And on arrival, please make sure that you watch this video again and again and again. I will also share my email address just in case you want to drop me an email. But please ask your questions on the comment section below, so that other people can also benefit. Now, on arrival, my employer, still remember, my employer had hired a taxi to come and pick me from the airport. And I don't know if you'll have someone to pick you from the airport. Make sure that you Google, check if you have nobody to pick you from the airport, and organize your transportation before, or know how to get to your destination or the place where you are supposed to go in good time. Otherwise, then you get to the airport and you will not know what to do. It is quite confusing to just get it, and it can be very expensive just to get any taxi from the airport. I don't even know if they are available. Make sure you organize. And it can be very confusing also going to where to pick the bus or pick the train to go underground. You do not want to go to London on your first day if that is not your destination. So please make sure that you start using Google way before. So arrival, make sure that you get a UK SIM card. Make sure you get a UK SIM. There are services like Leica, and I'll put a link down here of the number of providers that are here in the UK, where you can get a pay-as-you-go. It's a pay-as-you-go, so you can buy credit or you can buy airtime, and maybe get a contract a month or after you have settled. But make sure that you get a SIM card on arrival. It can be very expensive for you to use your home cell phone, or to use your home number, because it will be on loan. Make sure that you get a SIM card. Number two, that when you get your SIM, download, make sure that you download apps. There is Google Map, which will help you to navigate and find your way. There are taxis, there are property apps like Rightmove, and so on and so forth. So make sure when you get to the UK and you have access to Wi-Fi, download the necessary apps. And I'll put a number of apps that you can download. When you are making your application, there was a section of the address that you will be using when here in the UK. Addresses, home addresses, or your residence address is very, very important. So the address that you will have put in your application will show you where the post office that is nearby, where you correct your biometric, your BRP. We call it BRP, your biometric resident permit. Now that BRP is very important, and you'll be going to pick it from a post office. Usually they pick from the nearest post office. Like for me, I live in an area called Milton Keynes, so the nearest post office was in the city center, and that is where I got my biometric card from. When you'll be going to pick your biometric, you need to have a letter that you are issued with to collect your biometric, and a passport. The biometric is very important because it is the card that shows that you are legal, you are living here legally. It is also the card that you will use to show your legal status and to register for most of the things that you will need. Now, if you lose that biometric, my friend, you don't want to lose it. So make sure when you get it, take a photo, take a scan or scan it, or photocopy it and keep a copy. Don't move around with it, because if you lose it, it will be such a long process for you to get another one, and it is not cheap. I think it costs about another £1,000 for you to get another one. So make sure. Number 4, open a bank account. Now, it was very difficult for us to know how to get a bank account. Why? Because we thought we would just walk in. You cannot just walk in. You have to book an appointment with the bank. There are a number of banks. There is HSBC, there is Lloyd, there is Metro, there is NatWest, and there are many others. And there is an online one. You can get an online one, and I'll put a link down here, like Revolt and so on. So book an appointment. They will need a letter from your employer introducing you to the bank, and they will also need to see where you are staying. So you need to have a residence, and that is why it is very important on arrival that you make sure that you know where you're staying, because they will need that. It is not difficult to open an account. You don't need any money to open an account. You just go in and fill in the forms. But you will also need your passport, BRP. So you need to have the BRP first before you are able to get an account. Number 6 is number 5. Ask your colleagues the cheapest shopping malls. When I came, I used to shop anywhere. Don't just shop anywhere. It will be very expensive for you. And before you know, your savings or your relocation allowance, like me, I had relocation allowance, will all go to shopping, my friend. There are a number of cheap shopping malls like Aldi, like Asda, Lidl. There are also charity shops where you can buy cheap things. Ask your colleagues the cheapest shopping malls and where they are. And because you already have your Google map, it will also show you where those shopping malls are. Now, there are so many charity shops, and they come in very handy to buy cheap things. I wish I knew I would buy cheap things very quickly in the shopping mall, in charity shops. Don't use a lot of money in the first months. Write down the basic things that you need. You will buy the rest after you've settled and after you know where to buy them. So yes, do not overspend the first months. Know what you need to buy, which season it is, so that you are able to dress appropriately or buy clothes that of that season. There are nice shopping malls like Primark, where you can buy boots and jackets, or even charity shops. By the way, very nice warm jackets. Yeah, so that then you do not get sick. Number 7, register with a surgery. It is so important. And a GP is like your local health center. What I love about UK is quality healthcare. And you, as a resident or as a person coming in, not on a visitor's visa, but you're coming in to work, you are by law, you are by law covered by NHS, or you can walk to the surgery and get your get health proper health care or quality health care. So you will need to register with a GP in your area, wherever area you'll be living in. Google, check the nearest surgery or the nearest GP. You will need a letter, proof of address showing where you live. You will need your passport, and they might ask you for something else, but those are the two main ones: your passport and proof of address where you're living. Now, you'll be given a form to fill. Make sure you disclose if you have conditions, like if you have diabetes, or you've undergone through a surgery, or you have disabilities, or whichever condition you might have. Make sure that you disclose when you're filling that form, or when during your first appointment with the GP, because they need to know. And healthcare is free, as I have said, which is a great thing. You cannot just walk into a pharmacy and get medicine for some of the conditions. They will need to be prescribed. So make sure that you register. You can also register with a dental, for your dental health care, with a dentist, but that can come after. Make sure, number 1, you register with a GP in your area. When you Google, there will be a number that will show you how many there are in your area. Register with one, and then number 2, register for your dental health care as well, with a dentist. Number 8, get friends around you. Look for, if you're a Muslim, if you're from the Muslim community, make sure that you find a mosque nearby. If you're a Christian, make sure that you find a Christian community around you. There are Facebook pages for the local community. Engage with them, make friends with them, so that then they are able to support you. They are able to help you, to signpost you to some of the facilities that you so much need. Number 7, or is it number 9? Are you following? Register with the council, with the local municipal, because you need to know the services that are provided by the local municipal. One of the things that you will need to pay for is your council tax. So you will need to register, so you also know when garbage, for instance, is collected in your area, and the local services that are nearby. You will also be required to register with the electoral. They call it electoral for registration, so that you are able to vote, especially if you're from if you're from a British colony. Make sure that you register. It is mandatory. I think I got my forms the first day on arrival. I think a few days after arrival. Make sure that you register. Number 10, if not I think that the last one is getting a provisional driver's license, especially for if you're planning to buy a car if you have a family and you need to ease your movement. And that provisional, it's not difficult to register to get one. I think it is, you get the application forms from a post office, fill them, and then post them. You'll be required to post your documents to show where you live, and your passport as well to show where you come from, and the reason why, of course, why you are in the UK. Now, the driving license is very important because it has your the data of where you live, so you can use it as an identification document. You can use it as an identification document, and you can also drive. For some of us who come from the British colonies like Kenya, where I come from, you can drive for a year before you get your UK driver's license, which is a full driver's license. And of course, you have to go to class. We can talk about that after how many times I failed the driving test. My God, I almost gave up. Yes, advice is use Google. Make Google your #1 friend. My friend, Google will help you to navigate, to find your way, to find the cheap places where to buy your groceries, to find the nice places where you can go for your recreation, to help you figure out where to live. Because if you have a family like I do, you do not want to go to places where security is compromised, because we also have areas where security is also compromised here in the UK. Yes, it is not only where we come from. There are places where security is not very good. You also have to find the schools that are nearby and their performance. You'll also need to know where to find services, how to book the bus, the train, if you're using the train to go from one area to the other, or to go to your workplace. Know how do you know? Then it is using Google. When I came, my colleague told me to make sure that Google becomes my best friend, and I'm telling you, Google has helped me to navigate and settle down. Those are the 10, if not 12, things that you need to know and do when you come to the UK. For those that are coming to work here, you can get in touch with me if you need a settling down kind of guidance. I can prepare that for you and send it to you. Of course, we can talk about it and how I can help you in settling down. Yes, so that's all that we had for today. Make sure you share this video and subscribe. And please continue to follow us and support us. Bye-bye.